But the girlfriend here still thought they were dating.
Yeah.
While he was in China.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Oh my gosh. Did Kobe's friends just reveal that Kobe had a secret girlfriend? Was he dating another woman while Emily was pregnant? Wow, that is a bombshell. Kobe's friends seem determined to cause drama, and it looks like they're getting exactly what they want.
And why do you want to know
I'm
more?
just trying to figure out, was he dating this girl when he met me? Because he told me when he was dating me, he was single. So I'm like, but did he lie?
Yeah, Kobe with a secret girlfriend is not something that I had on my bingo card. That's come as a real surprise. But before we dissect this bombshell, let's rewind to the start. So the last we saw these two, they were on a date night and things were a bit rocky. You see, Kobe had just revealed to Emily that his friends don't think that he'll be happy with her long term. Why? Well, because she's not Cameroonian.
Really?
So what are they concerned about exactly?
Basically that I'm like not Cameroonian.
Well, that's not going to change.
No.
Yeah, newsflash, Emily isn't exactly the poster child for a perfect Cameroonian wife. If that's what Kobe wanted, then he's got the wrong woman. But the thing is, it doesn't seem like that's even a thing for Kobe. It's his friends that are causing that drama. It's his friends that are trying to project their outdated ideals as to what a perfect wife should be onto Kobe. I mean, it's very clear that Kobe loves Emily. He loves the family that they've created. For his friends to come in and try to ruin that, to judge Emily without even knowing her, seems pretty evil. It's as if they're purposefully trying to tear up his family. And perhaps his friends should redirect some of that energy into actually getting to know Emily before they judge her.
Now I feel like it's more important than ever to try to get them to change their minds about me. And we get along, especially for Kobe, because this is like his second family.
Emily seems to want to genuinely connect and work things out, and that just shows how much she cares about Kobe. It's actually one of the more earnest sides that we've seen of Emily on this trip, and she seems to really understand how important it is to bridge this cultural divide, especially as they have the traditional Cameroonian wedding looming. But that is an issue for another day, because for right now, Kobe's taking Emily and her family to go and hang out with his old handball team.
So when I was younger, I used to play for a professional handball team here in Cameroon. I made so many of my closest friends through playing handball.
Now, Kobe's reminiscing about his days playing pro handball. He loves the connections and the friendships that he built with his teammates. So, with all of his best buddies now here, this is the perfect time for Emily to show them who she is, to hopefully prove them wrong once and for all.
Things have been tough with my friends talking negatively about Emily, but today is the perfect chance for her to prove my friends wrong. So I'm really hoping she make the most of it.
You can tell that his friends' opinions are starting to weigh him down, and who can blame him? It must be rough that his partner isn't being accepted by his closest friends. The pressure's weighing on him. But hopefully, if Emily can put in the effort, and if she gets involved in the day, perhaps she might be able to turn their opinions around.
I'm excited to be here, but I mean, I have to be honest, I am not going to play handball today. I don't play ball, but I'm happy that I have a uniform.
I mean, that's a good start, right? She's trying to support them. She's happy to be a cheerleader with her new uniform. It's very clear that Emily knows and understands how important today is for her husband. Kobe's been very vocal about what his team and his friends mean to him. But the thing is, the bigger problem here seems to be more about Kobe than about Emily. You see, he's chosen to go and play with his friends when, in fact, medically, he probably shouldn't be.
I tore my ACL a couple of years back, and
even though I had a ACL reconstruction surgery a couple of months ago, I'm still working on the recovery process.
ACL surgery is no joke, especially when the operation was only a couple of months ago. But I get it. I get the temptation of wanting to play with his buddies, perhaps wanting to show off a little in front of his family. So yeah, I understand why maybe he doesn't want to dwell on his health. But that doesn't stop his wife from worrying about him. And the fact is, Emily's concerns do seem perfectly valid, but the way that she expresses them perhaps comes across like she's nagging.
All right, be careful, babe, of your knee. Don't hurt your knee. You're getting old, you know.
I know.
Wife knows best.
Now, perhaps mindful of what Kobe's friends already think of her, Emily does try to mask her nagging with some playful teasing, but you can sense that Kobe doesn't like it. His patience is wearing thin. Her fussing over him perhaps comes across as a bit emasculating in front of all of his friends. I mean, surely as an ex-professional handball player himself, he must have a good handle of his own body's limits, right? I'm sure that Emily doesn't need to worry about him injuring himself. Surely.
He's hurt.
Okay, so Emily's fears were founded. With Kobe hobbling on the field, both Emily and her dad are concerned amidst the chaos. Now, Kobe's keeping it cool. He's choosing to bide his time on the player's bench rather than go and sit with his family. He could probably do without the "I told you so" that's inevitably gonna come his way. But Emily is determined to have her say. She walks over to interrupt his conversation with his friends and check in on him, or rather, should I say, to tell him off.
I told you, I said, don't go out there and hurt your leg. Your doctor said.
But it's okay. I mean, I didn't.
Did you think you tore it again?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, Emily, no, don't start the conversation with "I told you so." I'm pretty sure that Kobe doesn't want to hear that, and his disapproving friends are just gonna use that as ammo against you. Look, I totally get that Emily's concerned. She wants to check in on her husband, right? But she really needs to be a little bit more mindful of the cultural norms on this trip. Kobe's begged her, he warned her before they even came to the Cameroon to not nag. And her coming over and telling him off like that in front of his friends hasn't gone unnoticed.
I was a little bit shocked when I saw Emily was trying to be a little bit pompous. You see my problem with white lady, just that they are bossy.
Yeah, sorry, but caring for your husband's ACL injury doesn't make you a pompous white woman. While I totally accept that Emily can be quite controlling, the reason she's come over in this circumstance is because she cares. Because she loves her husband and doesn't want him to be injured. That doesn't make her pompous. And this whole fixation on the fact that she's a white woman is beginning to border on racism. I'm sorry, but it's true. He seems to have a preconceived notion of what all white women are like. And it's not fair. But Kobe doesn't see it like that. In fact, he sees Emily as being in the wrong.
During the game, I injured my knee, and Emily just came around and treated me like a baby. And that's really embarrassing.
Kobe was hoping to have a day catching up with his old friends, but instead, things have taken a turn south. Despite Emily's best intentions, he's not happy with how she's come across. He's not happy that she's out there acting like his mum and telling him off in front of his friends. And speaking of his friends, they're now keen to further agitate the situation. They can't just let it lie. They want to use this as ammo against her.
I noticed that Emily was telling you that she told you that you were not supposed to play because you have a problem with
that's how Emily is.
I think that is not proper.
How awful. God forbid that your wife cares that you're injured. Sorry, I get that maybe Emily could have handled this slightly differently, right? But I really do think that it's time for Kobe's friends to just back off. I actually don't even think that Emily's been all that overbearing here, but his friends' opinions are clearly having a toll on Kobe. He's beginning to resent her for what he sees as her deliberately disobeying him.
I asked Emily for one thing before coming on this trip. Don't be so bossy when we get to Cameroon. And she hasn't listened.
Kobe's irritation about Emily's ongoing nagging issues has reached a boiling point. He feels like his request for her to just tone down her behaviour during this vacation has been totally ignored. Now, I feel a bit bad for Kobe. He's caught in the middle between two clashing worlds, a clash of cultures. He's trying to manage everyone's expectations, but it's clear that he's reached his limits. He's becoming increasingly upset about Emily's cultural blunders.
I just hope sometimes she can understand that she's in Africa right now, and if she was to act like a Cameroonian wife, then my friends will look at Emily in a positive way.
It's a good thing that Kobe and Emily live so far away from his friends, because honestly, they're not exactly relationship experts. It's not just Emily that they've got it in for, they're also being very harsh on him, and it's high time that they realise Kobe has chosen a different path. Like, I get that their opinions matter to Kobe, right? But it feels like he's bending over backwards to try and prove his wife's worth to them. But all that really counts is his own happiness. He shouldn't need to prove anything to his friends, especially when all they seem to want is to stir up trouble. And boy, does hit the fan, as we're about to see shortly.
So I have a little bit of worries that Kobe getting married to a white woman, Kobe may not get the best of what he really wants.
Oh, come on, when's this anti-white woman narrative gonna let up? Kobe's been working overtime to try and convince his buddies that Emily's bossiness isn't a big deal, but perhaps it is a bigger deal than he's let on. His friends' opinions are getting to him. It feels like they're starting to sway his opinion about his own wife.
She just wants to do things how she wants them. I mean, I don't know what the future holds, you know?
Wow, Kobe's beginning to question their future. That's big. Like, is this vacation a vacation where ironically they're about to get married again? About to push their existing marriage to the brink? Is he seriously now considering their future? I mean, it's clear that Emily will never fit into the mould of what's expected culturally. It's just not who she is. But has this trip back to Cameroon somehow opened Kobe's eyes and reminded him of what he actually wants? I don't know, but this talk of future is concerning, and I think Emily taking matters into her own hands and trying to have a heart-to-heart with Kobe's friends isn't gonna help.
I really do hope Kobe's friends and I can work it out, because I really do want them to like me, and they mean a lot to Kobe and Kobe means a lot to me. So I'm hoping after we talk today that we'll be able to hash everything out.
Look, it's obvious that Emily really wants to patch things up with Kobe's friends. She wants to get back on track, but it's starting to feel like his friends are only interested in causing drama. In fact, it's almost with great pride that he points out everything that Emily's done wrong today. He seems incapable of seeing that Emily's just trying her best.
You spoke authoritatively.
You did that in public.
And you wouldn't do that here.
You go and meet him in private and tell him that you don't talk to your husband like that in public.
Because it's embarrassing.
Yes, embarrassing.
They're being very tough on Emily. Like, yes, while I agree that she could definitely refine her approach, pinning all of this blame on her, trying to make her out as being embarrassing, when all she's done is try to support her husband, feels very unfair. All Emily wants here is some acceptance and some recognition of her relationship with Kobe. They are married, after all. They do have kids together. But that seems to mean absolutely nothing to his friends. They're just stubbornly holding on to their opinions. Poor Emily is just trying her best to build a bridge here. But Kobe's friends seem determined to put a wedge between husband and wife.
I am trying to understand the culture. But I don't really need, my husband's friends filling his mind with ideas that his wife isn't going to make him happy.
I've got to say, it's pretty impressive how Emily's keeping her cool and standing her ground. Many women would be a whole lot more annoyed if their husband's friends were talking to them like that. She's absolutely right. They need to stay out of it. Their marriage has been going strong for years. So who the hell are they? What right do they have to start stirring the pot? Well, it turns out that they've been holding their ace up their sleeve. They've got a bombshell that they know is going to cause disruption.
Before he left to China, he had a girlfriend here in Cameroon. And I asked him, what are you going to do with the girlfriend that you left over?
Was there any need for his friends to bring that up? No, but they did so deliberately to cause damage. At this point, you've got to question whether these guys are even Kobe's friends. They've just ratted him out for having a girlfriend in Cameroon while he was out in China, the trip where he and Emily first met. It was in China where Emily got pregnant with their first child. Now, is this news of the secret girlfriend true? At this point, does it even matter? Well, his friends, in air quotes, are trying their very best to sabotage this marriage by any means possible. They really don't seem to care at all about Kobe's life or his happiness. They're just out to cause problems.
I just feel like they're making more problems between Kobe and I. When I met Kobe in China, he told me that he was single. So are his friends trying to sabotage our relationship, or does Kobe have something to tell me?
Given the long-distance nature of their relationship, particularly while Emily was pregnant and had their first son, serious question marks are now forming about whether Kobe was loyal to the mother of his child throughout their entire relationship. I'm certain that Emily has a lot of questions, and just for the record, having questions doesn't make her pompous, controlling, or bossy.